everybody! How are you? Very, very, very good to see you, and I was very thankful to be a part of Mario's live stream, The Wild Witch. That was quite fun, and it gave me a lot of want to come on and say hello myself. So while he was at the end of, hi everybody, while he was at the end of his live stream, I did my hair and put on makeup and a dress. Thank you very much, Susie Q. I appreciate it. I kind of did like a pompadour, and now that I have those 6 dreads that I cut out, I haven't cut out any more yet. I can finally use hairspray again and like hair products because I can wash my hair with shampoo on that bit. So that's something I haven't done in a long time. Thanks, Mandy. Hi, Thomas. Hi, everybody. So I wanted to catch up with you guys. Here's what we can look forward to in this video. I have 3 dreams that I wrote down like on the quickest piece of paper I could find as I had them. 2 of the dreams are before my trip, and 1 of the dreams I had 2 nights ago. And so I wanted to share some of those with you guys. Who's here? Shana na 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 na. Hey, Shana na 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 na. So please, for those of you who are worried about me in my last live stream, it's okay. I had just had probably a little bit too much to drink. I was drinking Pawpaw Moonshine, and so my apologies. And if I have moonshine, like, I have to have music, and I guess I forgot that when I turned on the camera. So please don't worry, I'm doing well. There's a couple other things I want to do on this live stream as well. I want to go through my clothes with you because I've decided to just wear nice clothes or red and black and white clothes. So basically, I'm just like, if any of you have ever been into humps of little mini depressions or like life changes, I'm not depressed. There's just so many aspects of my life that are changing, and it's very scary. I didn't particularly fall in love with Texas, but we are going to go there together. And so that's what's going on, and I just have like so much witchcraft to catch up on myself, and being gone for so long and everything like that. So I want to make like, not that there's not enough about me that's individual and unique, but I want to add another little edge. So it's just going to be red, black, gray, white. That's it. That's all I'm keeping. And then the rest is going to go into this big, like, Etsy lot or something of just, like, witchcraft clothing for people around my size, or just clothing. So that's what's going on there. I think we'll go through clothing. I've been having another little flub, like, since I've been home, I cannot keep my altar candles lit, and that's really, really freaking me out. And that's not exactly, like, easy on my soul, so I like have just 3 at a time lit right now, and I think the reason is because the Winco that I go to, I think they changed vendors of the candles, because I can't think of anything else. Like, I know they were like a little cheaper than normal, but it's got to be that. But I've really been like trying to do more shadow work, and I've fallen in love with a couple of shows that are new. Lunatics on Netflix is an Australian mockumentary, like, sketch comedy thing. It is so hilarious, and there's 10 episodes. Usually in British television there's only 6 episodes of something, but this isn't British, it's Australian. So the new Lunatics on Netflix is hilarious if you like that sort of thing. And then a show that's similar to that I fell in love with is called Come Fly With Me, and it's a British, like, mockumentary type thing. Like Portlandia of the US, but for British and Australia. It's like that, where you have 1 or 3 people playing various roles of different actors, and it's very, very funny. So that's been cheering the crap out of me. And then the In-Betweeners and Peep Show, just kind of having those on repeat. What else did I find that was new? There's a cool Keanu Reeves movie that my family and I watched together, Lily and Alex and I, and it was called The Duplicates, I think. And it was about like a futuristic version of like science working on when people pass away, like cloning people basically. And this guy worked for a cloning company, and his family died in a car crash, and he was the only one who survived. And so, yeah, it's a really, really interesting one. Okay. Who's here? Hi, Brenda. Nice to see you. Madam Butterfly, Thomas, Marge, Shanana. So glad to see everybody. Mandy. Okay, was Mario done? I hope he was done. The working he was doing was great. I stayed with him the whole time he was live. I loved it. Hi, Clarissa. How are you? Nice to see you. Heather, hi. Tangerine, Zale's here. You started watching Lunatics last night? Okay. Zale, when you finish it, let me know. Because I don't want to give out any spoilers, because there's some amazing things that happened toward the last couple of episodes. But you know the woman that's like, she was an adult film star? And she lives with her friend, and she's a collector, and she's like got all these crazy collections, but really she's a hoarder. But like, oh god, that story is so funny. And how she's on the CB radio talking, and she draws on the whiteboard like her imaginary friends. Like, she'll just like tell them on the CB, I'll put a key under the mat, and then she just draws on the whiteboard a door and then a key under the mat, and she's everything to me. I can't remember her name, but she has this boyfriend who never talks back to her on the CB. His name is Lex or Lass or something like that. That's one of my favorite parts of the skit. And I also love the guy who has the long gray hair. He's supposed to be in fashion, and what he names his store later on is hilarious. I'm gonna get back to more topics, but these Netflix shows, you guys, super cheered me up. So Lunatics on Netflix, it's like the Portlandia of Australia, I guess, or the Come Fly With Me of Britain. Yeah, so it's been a while, and I've just been really drained lately. I've been talking to a lot of different empaths, and they're kind of saying the same thing as like, we thought Mercury retrograde was over, you know, what happened? And as soon as it was over, like 3.5 weeks ago, I had 3 good days, and it was just like, like, not only narcissists were super drawn to me and throwing out whatever they had to say to me, but just like, everything was super sensitive. So if you're a highly sensitive person or an empath, you know what I'm talking about. And a lot of us that are here are. That's right, that's right. David Williams does brilliant books. I'll have to check those out. Clarissa? Matt Lucas is cool, yeah. Okay. Oh, there's another show. It's called The Click, and it's on Hulu, and I've been watching that, and it's like takes place in Scotland, in Edinburgh, and I love Scotland as well, so that's been a new one. Hey Jay, how are you? Nice to see you. So let me tell you my 2 dreams that I've had now that we've got 19 people in here saying hello. 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 Alright, so these are 2 dreams. Whoa, I almost fell off my stool. These are 2 dreams that I had, like, right before I left, like the night before we left for the trip. Randall's comic book. Hey man, how are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for saying hello. And Madam Butterfly, I'm glad I'm doing a live too. It felt like an okay time, so I was taking advantage of it. Okay, so I'm going to be adding these to my dream journal. However, I just sketched them down on the quickest piece of paper I could because it's really important. Thank you, Nello. It's really important that we get those out of our head as quick as we can, and especially before you look out the window, okay? If you're sleeping in your bed and there's an open window right there. Now, I love to sleep with my window open at night so that the moonlight comes and shines down upon me and my phones and everything. But the nights that I close my window, I remember more dreams. Like, I don't remember a dream every single night, but if I close my window, almost every night that I do shut the shade, I remember a dream. So I've been trying to do more of that, and then maybe just keep it open for things to be blessed by the moonlight, like on SBATs, like fuller new moons, okay? So here is, this is really weird. And obviously I had these crazy dreams because I was nervous about my trip and leaving my house and stuff like that. Okay, so a fan / family member of Taxidermy, which, wait, what? You know how in dreams, like, nothing makes sense? Like, it could be your best friend talking, but then it's also, like, someone you've never seen's body, but you know it's your best friend in the dream, and you're like, what? Sorry. So it was that. So it was, a viewer from the Taxidermy Witch, but they were in the body of a mix of a blood family member and my best friend. But it was a best friend I've never seen before. It's not somebody. It was just like, you were my best friend in my dream, but you were also. So maybe it's about a viewer that is actually a viewer and I've just never met you before. Anyway, you guys, one of you told me, as I was doing a live stream, just like this. Hey Hennessy, how are you? As I was doing a live stream just like this, one of you told me in the comments, Jen, don't you think your days of doing quality live streams are done and you should just get back to videos and uploads? And I was like, you know what? You're probably right. So that was super interesting. That was one dream that I had right before the trip. And then the next one, this was the night that we had just finished packing up Alex's parents' house and we were going to leave for Texas the next morning. We were a day late in the leave because the movers were late, right? So, here's the dream. The dream is, I was sleeping on the couch, because the movers said that they were going to call us at 9 o'clock, and then they just never did, and they just showed up whatever time the next day. So in my dream, I was sleeping on the couch downstairs in front of the front door, and I heard a rustle. I look at my phone, and it's 1:45 a.m. And then Alex came out and said, Jen, the movers are here, and they expect you to help them. And I was like, okay. And that was my other dream. And then there was this dream. Oh, yeah. Remember when I showed you what I packed in my suitcase before I went to Texas? Because recreational marijuana is not legal there yet. So I packed, like, cookies, edibles, things like that. And in my dream, I woke up, and it was the first morning of our trip. We were in the RV. And every single edible container and wrapper that I had, and these little, like, vaporizing pens that you smoke and everything, they were unwrapped and on the ground around my suitcase, and Alex was sitting on the floor next to him, like, eating cookies. And I remember thinking in my head, you should be mad about this, but I wasn't mad, I was worried, because it was, like, a lot of edibles. And I looked at him and I said, yeah, I looked at him and I said, he's like, don't be mad. Listen, I didn't have any. And I'm like, I'm not mad. Like, don't you think we should go to the hospital? Anyway, that was a really, really weird dream. Obviously, I was stressed out because it's illegal in Texas, you know. Okay, the next dream I had just 2 nights ago, and this one's trippy, and actually, Magical Mandy, you're still here. So if you can help me decode this dream with your between my books and your books, I think we could do something good with this. I still haven't gotten a dream encyclopedia, so if anybody has one that they're not using or that they want to donate to the channel, please do. So basically, this is 2 days ago. I had a dream in my bed with the window shut. In the dream, Alex and I had like a teeny tiny argument. And all of these things are coming up because of life changes. You know, it's just like, so many life changes right now. Moving terrifies me, but I know that it's going to be a good thing in the end, because I'll manifest it that way either way. Perhaps I'll go try to work at the witchery. You know, there's so many good things that could come of me going. It's just, I have to have my things, and I have to have my space, and I have to, you know, not trap myself with other people for 3 weeks. That was my fault. That was nobody else's fault except mine. I overestimated what I could do. I can have a baby, all natural, with no medicine, and give birth. But I cannot, you know, be trapped with people for 3 weeks and not have my own rules and my own car and my own whatever. Has nothing to do with the people themselves, honestly. So, here's the dream. We had this teeny tiny argument. And we were like hiking in the woods of Texas. Not that there's many woods there, but we found some woods that we were hiking in. And then we had this tiny spot, so I was like, I need my space. So I walk the other way, and then all of a sudden I'm lost and I can't find Alex. Terrifying, but you know how things in dreams morph and that changes to something else. Well, then it wasn't the woods of Texas anymore, it was woods I recognized by my house. And I was like, oh, easy peasy. I start jogging down this trail because I know where I'm at, and in a dream it would be not weird at all to go right from the Texas woods to your own woods, which I think has something to say. Like, why are we thinking it's no big deal in dreams? And these, like, portals or whatever, just cool and normal, and I think has something to say about the things that happen on the astral plane. Just my personal opinion and intuition. So I'm cruising along, and honestly, I could jog to Peggy's in like 15 minutes from this point of the woods. So I know where I'm at, I know where I'm going, I'm jogging toward my mom's. All of a sudden, and I have to tell you the time of day. It was like sunrise, but it was still super dark, so it was before sunrise. And then I turn the corner of this trail, and I can barely see it, but at the end of the trail, and this is probably like 700, 800 feet away from me, before the trail turns again, there's a big stretch. There's a fucking gigantic bear just parked across the trail. Huge. Now, let's break this apart. The last couple days I've been thinking, should I just stay in Seattle? Should I hang back? And in the dream, I'm running toward my mom's, toward Peggy's house. I'm 37. I need to be an adult. What's there? A big giant bear. And so I am taking that as the sign that if I run in this direction, there's going to be something terrifying there waiting for me. I've thought about this for a long time. Let me keep going with the dream. So, in my mind, I see the bear and I'm like, okay, I can't go. I can't go that way, obviously. I freeze. I think in my head, okay, it's barely light outside. I can't remember if bears have good sight or not. I know they have good smell. I know they can run hella fast. I know they can climb trees. And then I thought, I think they can smell fear too. So I decided at that point to close my eyes because I think, and I remember thinking this in the dream, if I can't see anything, the bear won't be able to smell my fear. Because if I can't see it getting closer, I won't be scared. The first actual thought I had was, go to the bathroom in your pants, because that's something that you can do that will make bears think that you're dead. If you're laying there playing dead and you've gone to the bathroom, because that's one of the things the body does when it's, okay, you let all your urine out and you let all of your others out. Well, I remember thinking, well, I don't have any others, so I decide to close my eyes, and then I add in the thought, walk like we walk out of a cemetery. In circles and backwards. So I'm walking with my eyes closed, in circles and backwards, away from this bear, which is kind of like up a hill, and I think, then this is trippy. I look back towards the Texas woods, but it's all black and I can't make anything out over there. So I literally couldn't go any further because there was no light, even though my eyes were closed. Don't get me started on that one. Okay, so I can't get any further. Oh yeah, Mandy, did you see that I'm wearing your lovely clips that you gave me? I love them so much. So I'm going backwards, and I'm praying to my spirit guides. I'm like, spirit guides, be with me. Spirit guides, please be with me. I'm so grateful for everything that you've given me. Please get me out of this mess. And I remember doing that in my dream. It was so strange. So I decide quickly in my head, because at this point I can hear the bear. Okay. I think I hear it get up and kind of move, and then nothing, and I'm like, well, I would hear it like running toward me. My eyes are still closed. I find a tree. I hold on to the tree, and I ask the tree, are you going to be what saves me and what protects me? I get a yes from intuition, so I start to slowly climb up it. Right as I slowly climb up it, my eyes are still closed because I don't want the bear to smell fear, and I can't be scared if my eyes are shut. I won't know if he's there or not. It's just like some kind of whatever. And my plan in my head was, if the bear follows me, because bears can climb trees, I've seen it before tons of times. If it follows me, I'll go all the way to the top, and then I'll just jump down and I'll be fine and the bear will not. I mean, I don't know. There was no real rationalization. But of course, I'm going up the tree, my eyes are closed, and I hear all this grunting and sniffing, like, pretty much at my feet. So the bear's, like, right under me. But I never opened my eyes. I don't know what happens at the end. But that dream, like, when I was like, okay, I'll just run from this place and go to this place, and then it changed in the woods and the bear was there. It was just, like, really, really significant to me. And I can still see all the pictures of it in my mind. It's very, very vivid. So I'm really grateful for that dream. And if we don't write them out, and then even if you write it out, just tell somebody, because I think that something happens there. I think that when you share your dreams with people, something happens there, and it may help manifest it if that's what you are looking for. It may help you understand it if you write them down in sequence of which ones you remember and then look back on them. I've done this and then they actually tell me a story. And it's amazing. Before you go to bed at night, you can ask your spirit guides. You can be like, Spirit guides, I'm so grateful for everything that you've given me. Show me the Akashic records. Let me have dreams. Show me symbols. I'll ask my grandmother if she'll appear in a dream and talk to me. This has only ever worked twice. I don't think I've, gotten my own personal ritual perfected for that yet. But I don't want to ask her all the time to leave what she's doing or where she is and to pop up in one of my dreams that I may or may not remember, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that's 3 dreams that I've recently had. The last one was way more significant, I think, and detailed. The other ones were like stresses about the trip and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna read back and see what Mandy has said about her maybe thoughts on the dream, because she was looking up some things for me. I think she said bears are earth energy. Yep. You're thinking the bear is hibernation energy, maybe? Perhaps. Perhaps. I think it was like, you like the poof? Thanks. I think it, yeah. It's like, without sharing too much about my personal life or whatever, because that's not what my channel's about. My channel's about witchcraft and the like, right? But what the feeling of seeing it was so, not real. That's a different word. I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of. The feeling of seeing it was just so, like, virtual and tangible and good. And the whole time, like, normally I have a dream about being chased by a bear or seeing a bear or something like that. By the way, bears appear in my dreams loads of times. Do you guys want me to tell you a dream about a bear that I've had that's reoccurring and I've had since I was a kid? I used to have it a lot as a kid, but now it's just every now and again. I can tell that story and then we can go through clothes and just chit chat or whatever. Sure? Okay. So, I think the first time that I had this dream, I was probably, like, 9. And we had just moved from the farm to the smaller farm. So from the big farm that we had in Seebeck to the farm that you've seen before in my the videos of my mother's house and stuff. So anyway, basically it's nighttime. The dream's the same every time. It's just sometimes I'd get a little further in the dream. A little bit more of it would reveal itself to me. So, my family consists of 2 older brothers. They're a lot older than me. My mother and father, who never got divorced, are still alive and still married and still living together. And myself. And, so it's like us. And we were, like, even as a kid, we would eat dinner really late. And I think that's just part of farm life. Like, whenever it got dark outside, that's kind of when you start making dinner. Plus, my parents worked a lot, so we just tended to eat late. Maybe we'd have a big old lunch and then supper, later on. But anyway, it was like definitely dark outside. And I used to like look out the back sliding glass window at the back creek area because it just was like full of trees and it was the most nature window we had in the whole house. And I used to 9 years old, used to look at it and just like stare at like the trees and the birds and whatever. And we live in an area where bald eagles are even prevalent, so if you look out the window long enough, maybe you'll see one. It was dark. I don't know why I was looking out the window, but I thought I saw something, and I look and I look and I look. And this big grizzly bear, just like, I can see it slowly coming out of the woods, like cresting as nothing, and then just coming over this crest toward us. And I'm at a glass door, so I know that a bear could just like through the glass. And I always feel bad about this. I don't tell anyone who's in the living room chit-chatting and ignoring me. I've felt ignored my whole life. That's a big thing, but whatever. So, and I have a minute of thinking, do I tell them? Do I scream, run? Or do I just hide myself? And this is the most worst thing, is I don't do that. I think, should I do that? And then I don't. I just hide myself. So I always go to the same place, and I hide in my bedroom closet, which is at the very back corner of the house. And I get myself under, like, my closet was always a mess, so I would just go under the blankets and clothes and mess and, like, just hide in the smallest ball I could. But I would keep my ear out of the blanket so I could hear everything. I was a big eye closer as a kid. I would just always close my eyes to keep... I just feel like I could be scared less if I close my eyes. So, I hear my whole family get hurt by the bear and possibly killed by the bear. And I'm trembling and I'm sad and I hear each one of them individually scream. So in my mind that ticks off, okay, you hurt your brother, you hurt your other brother, you hurt your mom, and you hurt your dad. And then every time it's like, I hear that, and then sometimes that's when it ends, but most of the time it goes all the way up to the point where I can hear the bear follow and find me in the closet, and then sniffing and scratching, and then that's it. So I've had that dream probably like 30 or 40 times in my life. And, I can't match it up to anything in particular. It could just be some, like, reflection on an incident or something not similar, but, metaphorically, I guess, could be, or not metaphorically, like, could be similar in some way. So anyway, but yeah, that is the reoccurring bear dream that I have, and sometimes I have a reoccurring dream about, like, there's this Twilight Zone episode where it's like, these people are in this house, they just wake up there, and then all of a sudden, I'm talking about the old Twilights, like the 60s Twilights. They're all on Netflix, all the seasons, I watch them all the time. But it's like a man and his wife, and they wake up in this house, they don't know where the heck they are. It's a nice house, but they, like, go outside, and the grass is fake, and they pull up the couch cushions, and there's, like, cardboard in there, and it looks like it was made out of a giant shoebox or something. And at the end of, that's the Twilight Zone, and at the end of the dream, a little girl grabs them and picks them up, and it turns out the whole time they were dolls, right? In a child's play fantasy. The dollhouse episode, right? Mine is more like, I'm kind of stuck in that version, but there's no one there with me, and I'm alone and figuring it out. I've had that dream probably like 15 or 20 times, but I haven't had it since I was like 16 years old. But dreams are trippy, man, especially ones that come back, that are reoccurring. Mom Taxi, a good place to be. Is it anxiety that you feel protective over your family? Hope you don't mind my saying. Oh, not at all. I am very protective over my family, and moving to Texas will be moving away from them, and, they don't have much money, and my dad is too ill to fly, and things like that. So, there's just a lot of anxiety there, but I have weighed out the options. And the option of staying here is way more scary than the option of going. So, that being said, yeah, it just took me a few days to like come home, figure out where my heart was at, think about the experiences that I'd been through, the feelings that I'd had, and then, talk to my husband about like, okay, if we go, then here's the things I have to have. Because I did try to say, like, I don't want to go, I want to stay. So, and that is okay, because I said first off that I was going to go. Thank you, Heather, I try. So now what? I feel like I could be boring people, but, y'all wanted to see me, so I figured why not show you what I'm up to. You know how my herb shelf is normally like super duper packed full, and like I have this ongoing problem of not exactly knowing how to take care and organize my herb shelf, and since I organized it the last time, I haven't been able to find anything because it's like 10 jars across and 5 jars deep, and you don't know what's behind because I've never done any sort of labeling system, because before I updated and put all of my like dehydrations, and that's what I'm getting ready to do, putting all my things from the dehydrator into jars. Every time I gotta take out all my jars and like, I have a special process. So this time I decided to just completely flickin' reorganize, revamp it all, which I started to do before I left. So basically, my whole house is filled with jars right now. I've got some cool things going on here. Let me try to show you without unplugging, because I'm not at a high percent. So, jars on top, jars here. Now, there's a bunch of space there that's wasted. That's wasted space to me. So I've been doing things like this on the shelves, just doing jars around the outside, all my teeniest ones. And then just beside them putting bigger things and organizing this way. Now down here I'm going to be laying out all of my stones. Here's some beautiful things that I've just got out so far. Some of those chicken feet herb jars ready to go. But yeah, I'm just really trying to like get reorganized and get things going. However, there's jars of herbs all over my house. So this bookshelf is just not enough space for me to put everything. So my biggest goal today is to go through my clothing and break it down to just red and black, white and gray. And seriously get rid of a whole giant big lot of clothes and put them on Etsy as like a lot of clothing for somebody who's around my size. So I think we'll go through clothes. That will require us switching rooms. So if you would like, we can start that now. Also, if you would like, we could do something fun. But I do have to work. And I have to save up quite a bit of money for before I go. So I figured if you guys wanted to work with me and just kind of see how I work, why not? So that's probably what we'll be doing. Let's go. Do you guys want to go through clothes with me? Make your own witchery shop. Starting a business in this day and age is one of the not smartest things that you could do, like an actual standing business with a lease and a loan and all of that. But I will be joining farmers markets and doing my Etsy shop. And I might work as an employee at one of the witchy shops. Like, when I was at the witchery, they were really busy and people just like were drawn to me and were asking me like, hey, do you know about this? And I sold so much stuff while I was there just waiting for my psychic reading. Which, by the way, I think I've only had a psychic reading twice in my life from somebody I didn't know. Like, you just see somebody and you pay them to give you a psychic reading. I've only ever done that 3 times in my life. And I'm 37 years old. Make the shop personal for you and your home. Yeah, that's what I'll be trying to do. So, fashion is your life. Well, cool. Let's do it then. So, I've, of course, decided to keep this dress. This dress is kind of the inspiration of my new wardrobe. It is the, like, it's got a red slip underneath, and then it's just this, like, brocade stuff. Kind of looks like a lamp or like a flapper. And then back is open. And it's nice. Alright, so let's go in the other room and do some organizing. Yeah, let's take you in there. What? Wrong cord. If I would have waited for my phone to be charged to 100% before I started going live, I would have just decided not to do it. That's why I decided to go live when I did, because you don't always feel like it. I can't really explain that, but you just don't always feel like it. So as you can see, there's herbs covering like every single inch of my floor, all down around the house, completely nuts, everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And so I've got a couple ideas for organizing them, but I really do have to get this, like, it goes step by step when you have a tiny house and too much stuff. So I have to get this other part, the clothing part, done before I move on. So this will be fun. You guys can help me refine my wardrobe, and I don't see it going wrong. How could it go wrong? And honestly, if somebody pops on that you want to go watch, please go watch them. I would feel sad if you didn't. Just extending my tripod here. Herbomania! I know, Marge. I have so much to get rid of. I don't have the time. Like, I have time, but I don't have the energy to, like, sit there and list every single thing on Etsy. I wish that I did, because... So I'm really trying to get better at that. So let's see. How can we get you to see what I've got going on? How can we see? This dress did look better when I weighed more, but that's alright. Okay, so we've got these lovely teak and birch dressers that Peggy gave me one year. I love them, even the stickers that are stuck on them that I've never taken the time to peel. Okay, so we can't start with socks, that would be so boring. Let's start with... Okay, I'm going to keep my black jacket. Awesome little all-purpose, super thin. I wear it a lot. Keeping it, it's black. Not keeping this because it contains other colors besides red. So it is a hoodie that I got while I was on vacation to keep warm. It just says love on the back. Now, this one might be like, okay, I thought that I was going to like it, but I don't like the feel of it against my skin. It's like a fabric that's, plastic or whatever. What do they call it? Polyester. So I'm going to be getting rid of this. It's kind of like a dress if you wore it with black leggings and like a black tank. It's sheer. But yeah, it's just like a taxidermy print. And I thought I would like it, but me personally, it makes me look frumpy. So I'm going to be getting rid of that, even though it would fit in perfectly to my wardrobe. When I got that was actually the moment I was like, you know, I should do my wardrobe. Just, yeah, it would work with a tank under it or just some little leggings. So this is one of my Nirvana shirts. I'm probably just going to put all my Nirvana shirts into a lot on their own. So that'll go on its own with my other Nirvana shirts that are not. I think I'm only going to have one that I'm going to be able to keep. There's this shirt, which is my lovely, lovely, well, it's a mandrake. And it does not really fall in the category, but I think we can call it gray. So I think that I'll keep that. because it's pretty much brand new from Christmas, and it's herbalism, but I don't want to stray too far from my plan. So this dress is red and green. It's a Freddy dress. It's red enough that I'm going to keep it. My goal is to get rid of about half of my clothes. Yeah, I'm going to keep the mandrake, absolutely. This is just a gray v-neck. It's way too big for me. I'm going to be getting rid of that. This is a Foo Fighters shirt that I've cut up into like kind of something you just wear with leggings or shorts. And so I'll probably put that in the Nirvana t-shirt lot. Here's the back. It's just big and open on the sides. So that'll be put into the lot of the Nirvana shirts. There we go. Oh, this is a sad one. I don't want to get rid of this, but I am. This is aliens flying over London, like UFOs over London. And it's a big racerback tank top. I love it. And it's really this cool sheer material. It's a great one. UFOs over London. But it's time for you to go, bud. Red gloves. I suppose I should keep them. I don't think, well, I'm not going to wear gloves in Texas, so we'll just get rid of them. Okay. Oh, black and white stripy socks. My favorite thing in the whole world. Oh, my lovely yoga nightie. I'm keeping that till the end of time. Aliens over London. I know, right? That'll be a fun shirt. What else have I got here? Just a black v-neck. Keep that. Well, no, it's too frumpy. I'm going to get rid of it. If I have not worn it in a long time, I'm just going to get rid of it. This is one Nirvana shirt that's black and white that I'll be keeping. I just have to cut it and make it to something else because it's too big. When something's too big, I always just tie a knot in the back of the t-shirt. But then I always get, like, lower back pain. So I think I'll just cut this into some kind of, like, tank top or add it to the Nirvana lot. I don't know. I don't need 100 Nirvana t-shirts. Like, Kurt Cobain knows I love them. Yeah, that's going to go. This will stay. It fits in perfectly with my new style. And on the back, it's ripped. A ripped rib cage. And it's a big, long tank top. That's perfect for my new style. Okay, this dress is great. It fits still. It's a really small little kind of Old Navy dress. That's the back. It's really cute. Gray and black and speckly. Now this is blue. So I'm getting rid of this. This is a Nautica. It is a velvet and Nautica blazer with some buttons. And it's just something that I've always loved because I like to wear ties and stuff. So it goes really well with a lot of things. But I love that it's velvet and it's just got the ever so lightest little pinstripe on there. It's very cool. So that'll be going into the awesome clothes lot. Another thing that I'll have to get rid of because it just doesn't go. Did Jen say what her new style was? My new style is red and black and gray and white. And that's it. That's all I'm going to wear. It's going to help me get rid of a load of clothes and not like feel like I have to hang on to everything. So I've got this pink Nirvana belly shirt that's like it's just too big for me, I guess, but it's a muscle tank that's cut, so I'll put that in the Nirvana shirt lot. You guys, let's say you want these Nirvana t-shirts, but they're not going to fit you. One thing that I love to do with t-shirts is this. This is also going up on my Etsy site. I've had this for quite some time. This is a Brandy Melvin t-shirt that I cut up, and then I put teeny tiny safety pins to keep the fraying edge at bay. And then I just pinned it on the back of an old vintage pillow, and I've had this on my bed forever. But I'm going to put it on my Etsy shop. So you can cut out anything and just put it on a pillow. So you could cut out that big Nirvana square and have a Nirvana pillow. Just saying. That's what I do when I'm like in love with my clothes and I don't want to like fully get rid of them because I just can't if you're too attached to something, you know. Okay, so this dress, and also part of the style is the dressier the better, right? Like I'm really trying to, anytime you're feeling depressed or anything, it's women as a natural thing, I think they try to change their look when they feel depressed or when they like have a big change in their life or something. A long time ago, I got rid of every single pair of pants I wore. I only bought dresses and wore heels, and it really did help me get out of a depression funk. But this is a really cool kind of hippie dress I've had for a long time, and I will be putting that up. Here's that other sock. I love black and white striped socks. Here's a good one. This is a man walking on the moon. Worn that in a few videos. And then it's both on both sides, and it's a racer back, and it's kind of like a thin polyester top. I got these from Wish or eBay. And I have one just like it that has a big explosion like the atom bomb. Oh, this dress I love. I got it in Santa Cruz a while ago. And if any of these clothes you can't live without, just let me know and I'll make a listing for you. This is a really lovely dress. I've worn it in loads of videos. It's tie-dye green and black. It's a nice low cut. It looks good with a small chest. I'm sure it looks good with a big chest as well. I just wouldn't know. And then it's got like lots of black tie-dye at the bottom. And it goes all the way to your ankles. A lovely, lovely sundress. Ooh, this one I get to keep. I'm sure Brenda will be happy because it says Be Young on it. Be Young. So it's black. It's got some uniqueness to it. The back's like an open cut, twisted. Oh, my new tarot card dress? Yeah, I'm not going to give that away. Because it's, I just actually folded it. Where is it? I think it's red enough to keep, but it says it's one size, and it's just really not one size. It's pretty large. So I'll probably wear it a couple times and then put it into the witchcraft clothing. So it's kind of like, as you can see, it can be any size. So if you're a smaller size like me, it'll fit like this off the shoulder because it's just too big to fit up top like this. It might go off one shoulder. But then if you're smaller, you just put a belt around it. And I've got loads of those types of belts. But I'm going to wear this at least once or twice, or I'm going to cut it up and make stuff out of the fabric. I haven't really decided yet. Hi Tammy, nice to see you. Namaste, sister. So actually, I'm going to put this in my fabric cutting section. If anybody can't live without this dress and wants it on the Etsy site, let me know. Otherwise, in a couple of days, I'm going to cut it up. It's just too big and I'm not going to wear it. You know? Okay. This shirt is just, I thought it was a good idea. But it's just like braided at the back and it always looks weird. I'm going to pass it on. But it's cool because if you have tattoos, you can see them. What else? I love this shirt. Oh my gosh. This was pricey. It's an old vintage sliver shirt that I bought like this. I didn't cut it up. I bought it like this. You guys have seen me wear it a few times. But it was a really large men's t-shirt and even the decal at the bottom's cut off. So this will go in the Nirvana pile. Right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 Nirvanas and a Foo Fighters. Okay, I made this shirt but it is not red or black or gray or white, so it's going to go up on the Etsy. And it's I've cut up the back. It's got a bunch of ties down the back. It's really cool. But it's just meant to be really worn with like a sports bra, and that's it. If you live in the heat, that'll be a really good one. I'm going to be living in the air conditioning since we're moving to Texas. I cannot stand humidity, so you will see me being very, very, very much a cottage witch and going out at night, or going out when it's cool. Oh yeah, this one too. This one's cool. It's a tie to the side, and it has a lace back. So another Nirvana shirt for the lot. Tangerine, you'll love this one. Tangerine, do you wear skirts? I've worn this a couple of times. Too bad it's not red. This is my alien skirt. I love it so much. So cute. So that'll go in the lot. I'm just getting rid of these. It's a joke, right? But they're just sweatpants. So I'm just going to donate those, I think. I mean, they are red, black, and white. But at the same time, I really don't wear them much because people, like, get the wrong kind of laugh out of it. So, I have 5 cats. I can't get rid of this. I paid so much money for this, and it's almost black. It's a faded navy blue. This will be the Nirvana shirt that I keep. This is very old. Very, very old. So that's the one I keep. I'm really trying to do more minimalist type things. Tangerine had to go. Okay, thanks for letting me know, Heather. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, no problem, you guys. I don't expect you to stay. I just wanted to go on live to show you what I was up to and tell you what I've been doing and stuff like that. I have this cool space-themed sports bra I'll be keeping. But it does feel good to like purge your stuff every now and then and just kind of start fresh. Especially for women, we like accumulate too many styles and too many things. Metalhead Love Bug, I'm glad that you like it. Yeah, me too. Oh, I get to keep this one because it's gray. And it fits pretty good. Nirvana. It's just an old band t-shirt that I cut up myself. Be a good one to keep. So what do you guys, what's your personal dress style like? What do you think makes you stick out about the way that you dress? These are cute. These are some like shorts that are made of like, they look like a Mexican blanket. Hi. Okay, never mind. I'm just going to donate them because there's a hole. That's not good. I feel like I should finish the clothes thing later, and what I want to show you guys while we're in here. I do have to finish this clothes stuff. I really feel like I'm being boring. Hi, Readings by Lex. You always wear black, to be honest. Yeah, that's awesome. It helps with your honesty, or in general, you feel like that? I'm getting rid of all my bras that have underwire in them. Underwire is really, really harsh, and it's a big contributor from studies to breast cancers and such. And let me tell you why that is. In countries like, in most South American countries, they don't wear underwire in their bras. The countries where it's uncommon to have underwire in your bras have such a lower rate of breast cancer. So I just wanted to throw that out there. You could keep your bras and you could just like rip the underwire out, or you could just discard them altogether. But yeah, I just thought that was a little bit of a fun factoid there. You just Googled taxidermy? Awesome. I can show you a piece of taxidermy if you want. You never knew what it was? Oh yeah. Here's one of my favorite pieces that I'm able to like really show ya. I put airbrush makeup on this one. And then I put jewelry and wigs and things on them. And sometimes I'll even make like hats and headdresses. And then they're called transgender, because they've transformed from a male deer with horns to a beautiful female deer. So that's kind of my art. I've just got so many things. I've been, you know, making my own tarot decks and lots of fun stuff. I cut out all these cards by hand. It took like a year. But yeah, just trying to do tons of stuff. So, yeah, I have taxidermy for sale on my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop is Juk Shy Lady, JUKSHYLADY. And I'll try and put that in the description below so that those of you who see it later. Queen Ashindi, are you purchasing Daisy May? Because I have somebody else who is interested in Daisy May. Daisy May is one of my transgender. How about tarot? Yeah, I do intuitive readings. Not so much tarot, but mostly intuitive readings for me. And I make decks for intuitive readings, like these two decks. This one is currently up on my Etsy page. It's a double-sided deck. It's really cool. So I take it from this book, and I do lots of art decoupage on the outside and inside of the deck, like this. So this is the case for the cards, and I've taken lots of pictures out of different books and just made some beautiful decoupage on the inside of the case for the cards. And then the cards either have one side that has pictures, that one's upside down, but so you can do it by intuitive pictures on the one side, or on the other side of the picture you can read by different quotes. The mouth is the most dangerous part of a person. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do readings intuitively, but I've made this deck because it has like a double-sided deck within the book. And this is my front page card. It's an 83 card oracle deck, and it's 83 cards double-sided, so that's cool. And then the other deck that I've made that I don't have listed yet, but I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. I have to write out the instruction manual for this one, is my pinup deck. So these come from old vintage pinups. And the inside of the deck looks like this. And I will be writing out a description for every single card. And I'm done with about half of the cards, so I'll do a little flip through. There's no description for them yet, but there will be. And on the other side of the card, like this side, I'll have my Taxidermy Witch stamp probably, or perhaps some other stamps. Okay, and then on these three cards is where I will be writing the description for each of every card in the deck. And I think when I counted, I had about 40 or 50 cards in here. So those are the description cards. This is just the card that tells you what the deck is. And I always pay homage to, you know, the book that I got the images from. in a couple of those. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. So these ones aren't glued on yet. They're not, this isn't fully finished yet, but I've got so many beautiful cards. I do greeting cards and pinups, and I do wallpaper and pinups. You just have to ask for any custom stuff. So yeah, this is what I've really been trying to work hard on. Well, I haven't been doing too many live streams lately. Bra on the floor. Jeez, Jennifer. Get it together. So, yeah. Really excited to be showing you guys those and inspiring you to do your own and things like that. Thanks. I appreciate that, Readings by Lex. That makes me feel like what I do is good. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Glad to inspire always. So yeah, my goals are to get, you know, some of these things done. I have all of my doctor bags that are going to be going up for sale on my Etsy shop. One is made out of alligator leather. One is made out of, this is kind of my art desk over there for right now. I'm trying to get it organized, but let's see. I have this bat in a belfry, and we'll have some herbs below, but there's a little taxidermy bat in here. And you can hang it on the wall like a belfry, and I'll put a spell kit in the bottom and probably paint that black or leave it. And it hangs on the wall. And what else has been going on? For those of you Leos out there, when I was talking about cutting things out of stuff, this was on a t-shirt and I just cut it out. And I'll use it as a big old patch, you know. I can't let those things go to waste. I fall in love with the decals, lots of shirts, you know. Okay, Heather, thank you. Yeah, nice to see you too. So let me show you these doctor bags and scales. This will be going up on the Etsy site to go in one of the doctor bags. A portable scale here. Get you tip down. But again, if there's no listing and you guys want any of things, just give me a holler, because I put them usually in order of what people want. I don't know what you want. So you just gotta say, here's some little dolly decoupage that I'll be finishing up. It's a bunch of, I love, love, love working with dolls. And then on the inside of that, we will have it'll be an apothecary with a bunch of glass vials, and we'll fill them up with the herbs of your choice. So it'll just be a little apothecary for your witchcraft desk. So that will be fun, and I might line that with some red silk. Oh yeah, I have this Betsy Johnson bag that's going to go up. It's really cool. You can put your own picture inside of there, and then there's Marilyn Monroe on the other side. And it's a beautiful, massive bag. Really cool Betsy Johnson bag. I just don't... It's something I don't really use anymore, and I feel like somebody should have it. This is for some self-love. So, I found this little, maybe it's cedar, but it doesn't smell, so I'm thinking it's not. I found this little box at a thrift store, and you open it and there's a mirror, okay? And then below it there's a drawer. So I wanted to put some candles for self-love, and oil, and herbs, all for self-love. A little DIY spell kit box, if you will. And so that you can either do like shadow work or whatever. But I'm not going to be decoupaging this box or painting it until I get an order for it. So it can look like anything you want. You know, it could be painted your favorite colors, it could be painted self-love colors, it could be painted, it could be decoupaged, you know. And so the price ranges for all those things, and I like to do my orders for people. Rather than just making it and not having anyone in mind, making it and having someone in mind. That's what makes it kind of difficult for me to get a lot of product out onto Etsy. So that's a self-love spell. Here's one of the doctor bags that'll be up for sale. This is water buffalo. The leather is water buffalo, and it opens These are old. These are all early 1900s. All the vintage doctor bags. And then inside, it's just very, very good condition. For the most, and you'll see the red alligator bag I have is not good condition. But this is the water bison, or water buffalo. And as you can see, that's a quite big doctor bag, right? And it looks like a traditional doctor bag. Okay. The next one that we've got, and you can either get these with or without, you know, full of herbs and vials. I don't know if, you know, I set them up with all the herbs and all the scales and all the vials and everything that would come with it. If people would, you know, want to do that, or they just add up there and make it their own. So I'll either sell it just the bag, or filled with, you know, we can fill it with all kinds of stuff. Because I've got it. I've got every herb you can think of. Well, not really, but I just wanted to say how happy I am that you're working things. Yeah, thanks, Brenda. It's really been hard. It's really been hard. Okay, the next one is this red alligator. And it has lived through some rough times, you know. But it is this big, amazing, lovely reptile. And quite rare. I haven't seen a lot of these. And this came all the way from Russia. So as you can see, it's not perfect. But I've not seen one that was made out of, like, a reptile before. And you guys, these bags are how many years old, you know? So they're going to be a little rough and tattered. But the inside of this one, it's about the same exact size as this, as you see. Now, the one that I used while I was on my trip is going to be for sale. I can't really say enough good things about it. It worked so perfectly. It also fit right in the bottom of a suitcase. So it fit inside of the suitcase, like a regular size small suitcase. Because I had glass in it on the way back, you know, to check it, I couldn't have done that. So inside I keep loads of things, including one of these travel scales. And it completely shuts and zips up. There's loads of pockets for all the different vials. As you can see, there's even room for a mortar and pestle. And then on the back, you know, I hold all of my herbs and things, and so there's really no end to what you can do with these guys. There's some color magic on the go, you know. They're just great. And on this, hardly any of the straps are broken. It's pretty impeccable. I have chicken toes in there, matches, mandrake root, candles, everything you can think of. So that one is probably going to be the one that's I will sell like that with everything in it. But yeah, so getting a lot of these onto the site and ready. And this one's quite smaller. So let's hold this one up next to this one. See, so this, you know, it's quite a smaller bag, but it's pretty impeccable. And it is a doctor's bag. And this one came from Hungary, and it's brown cow leather. I have a black cow leather bag as well. These are all doctor bags from the early 1900s. This one is probably my favorite because it opens like you would classically think that one would. Well, first of all, when you hold it, it looks like that. Okay, it's very large, it's very heavy. And then it opens like this. Ah, I love this! And It's very rare that all of these latches and pockets and things work. I've been using this one myself for a while, but it's time to get some of these up on the Etsy site. So very, very, very excited to get things up there. And also to have said hello to you guys, even if it was just for a bit today. And I think once I get, like, go through my clothes, just like I'll go through those quickly, I'll pop back on to show you guys how I end up organizing my herbs. So I feel like this live stream was super, super boring. And I think that's why I've not been live streaming a lot lately, is because I feel like my content is really boring. So anyway, I just had to say that, and I don't know what you guys think, but I'm happy I'm making things work for myself, and I'm trying to keep myself entertained, I guess, and happy. So yeah, I'm going to try and come back on later today. I just do have to get through the rest of this before I make too much of a mess. You're loving this live stream. Will Madam Butterfly come back soon, and we'll do some more, okay? Thank you guys for joining me. You super lifted my spirits. I love and appreciate every single one of you.